So, hello students. So, this is a second lecturing video in regards to the stereochemistry, that is part 2. In part 1, I have discussed about all basic aspects of the isomerism, the definition of isomerism, the types of isomerism, and especially I have discussed about the constitutional isomerism, that is called structural isomerism, and types of the structural isomerism in the previous video, that is in the part 1. So today's lecturing is mainly focusing towards the stereochemistry as per your CBCS syllabus. Mainly I am going to deal with conformations with respect to ethane, butane, and cyclohexane. Later I will come to interconversion of Wedge formulae, Newman, Sahars, and Fischer representations. Already I have shown this concept of chirality and configuration, that is geometrical and optical isomerism, enantiomerism, diastereoisomerism, and mesocompounds 3 and erythro, D and L, cis trans nomenclature system, and so on, EZ nomenclature system. This all comes under that particular topic. So already you have seen the types of isomerism in the previous lecturing video, that is structural isomerism and stereoisomerism. That means structural isomers and stereoisomers are the two important types of isomerism. Structural isomerism, it mainly deals with structural aspect, that is in the two-dimensional way, where constitutional isomerism, it is also called as constitutional isomerism, and this is arise due to different sequences of bonding of atoms within the molecule. That means you have seen chain isomerism, functional isomerism, positional, and a ring chain type of isomerism, and even tautomerism, metamerism. So all these includes in the structural isomers or structural isomerism phenomenon. Stereoisomerism. This is a type of isomerism. It involves mainly arrangement of atoms or the groups in a three-dimensional space. So therefore, stereoisomerism, it mainly deals with the three-dimensional aspects of the structures. What exactly the stereoisomerism? It is the mainly study the relative arrangement of atoms or groups in a molecule in a three-dimensional space. Usually they are having same structural formula, and even the bond connectivity of the groups and everything is same on the particular carbon atom. They would exhibit different kinds of orientation or the arrangements in a three-dimensional space, either through the free rotation about carbon-carbon single bond or restricted rotation around the space of carbon-carbon double bond, or either by the virtue of rotation of the plane polarized light. That means already in PUC2 and PUC1 level we have learned it. The stereoisomerism at the basic level, it has been mainly classified into two types, geometrical and optical isomerism. In addition to this, the sum of the important compounds by the free rotation around carbon-carbon single bond, they will also exhibit conformational isomers. These are also regarded as stereoisomers. So therefore, in a better way, we can define in such a way that the two or more compounds having same molecular formula and similar chemical structures possessing different spatial arrangement. Spatial, S-P-E-C-I-A-L, spatial is different. Spatial means ವಿಶಿಷ್ಟತೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. Spatial, S-P-A-T-I-A-L, it means arrangement of atoms or the groups in a three-dimensional space. That is spatial. So different spatial arrangements of atoms or groups in space and possess different characteristic properties of their configuration are known as stereoisomers. Okay, it means the two or more compounds having same molecular formula, same structural formulae, and more similar chemical properties. Okay, Sometimes they are having similar chemical properties, but they differ in the spatial arrangements of atoms or the groups in a space. They are regarded as stereoisomers. The phenomenon is called stereoisomerism. I hope in the PUC1 level you have learned about geometrical isomerism. Geometrical isomers are the two types, cis and trans. Say for example, if you take but2-ene, for instance, you can take the but2-ene. But2-ene. So that is C double bond C, and here I will write one CH3 group. Okay, and here it is H and CH3 and H. If identical groups which are being present at the same side of carbon-carbon double bond called cis. If this CH3 group present here and H is over here, if identical groups are in opposite direction, called as the trans. Compound is having same structural formulae but different arrangement of atoms or the groups in a space. That is, space is nothing but carbon-carbon double bond. Space is nothing but carbon-carbon double bond. Around the space of carbon-carbon double bond, if there is a differences in the arrangement of atoms or the groups, they may be regarded as geometrical isomers. It is also called as one of the stereo type of stereoisomer. So they are going to exhibit differences in their properties. Say for example, if you take a cis isomer is less stable than trans isomer. If groups are in opposite direction, they will not experience any intermolecular repulsions. But however, the groups are being present at the same side, they largely experience steric hindrance, bulkiness of the group. When you account for the polarity of the bond, dipole moment, cis isomer is generally having higher dipole moment. That bond moments are in the direction towards the groups. But whereas in the trans isomer, if they are in opposite direction, they are get nullified. So this is nothing but they are going to differ in their properties. That's why we must define stereoisomers or stereoisomerism in such a way that the compounds which are having same molecular formula, similar structures, possessing different special arrangements of atoms or groups in a three-dimensional space are called as stereoisomers. The phenomenon is called stereoisomerism. What are the different orientations? Already have shown you in the respect to but2-ene. Here also you can see this is a cis 1,2-dimethyl cyclobutane. This type of bond is representing they are at the same side. This the solid wedge formula, it is usually a dash type of the bond, which is representing that the group is away from the weaver. It is backside or below the plane or above the plane, like that. So this should be considered as above the plane, and it is the below the plane it is. So they are in opposite direction. Here they both are being same plane, so therefore we can call it as a cis type of isomer. Here they are in opposite direction. One is above the plane, another is below the plane. So we can call it as a trans type of isomer. So these are called the stereoisomers. Whereas in this particular type of the structures, you can find that these two are present at 1,2 positions, but here both are being present on same carbon, but they may be regarded as constitutional isomers. So here you will find that compounds are having same structures. Cyclobutane structure, here also cyclobutane structure, 2-methyl group, 2-methyl group. Only thing is projection of the group is different. One is above the plane, another is below the plane here, but here both are being presented the same plane of the structure it is. So that's why stereoisomers are having same molecular formula, same structural formulae, and more or less they are possessing similar chemical reactions, but they differ in their spatial arrangements of atoms or groups in a space They are called stereoisomers. The phenomenon is called stereoisomerism. What are the classifications of these stereoisomers? When you go to the classification, depending upon the type of arrangement, either by the virtue of free rotation around carbon-carbon double bond, or by the virtue of rotation of the plane of the polarized light, or through the single bond rotation, free rotation. Those compounds in which the arrangements are going to taking place in a different way and exhibited by free rotation around carbon-carbon single bond, they are called conformational isomers. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಇಂದ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಓರಿಯಂಟೇಷನ್ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಅವಕ್ಕೆ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮೇಷನಲ್ ಐಸೋಮರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ನೀವೇ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಇದ್ರೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಒನ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್, ಯು ರೈಟ್ 2 or 3 figures, just make a hole at the center of the cardboard and make arrangement. One structure you can write above that hole and another structure you must write below the hole. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಗೋಡೆಗೆ ಮಳೆ ಹೊಡೆದು ತೂಕ ಹಾಕಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಎನರ್ಜಿ, ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಬೋರ್ಡ್. ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನು ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಮೇಲಿದ್ದ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಕೆಳಗಿಡದ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರ್ತದ ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಆನ್ ಚೇಂಜಿಂಗ್ ದೇರ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ಸ್, ಅಂದರೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಬಂದು ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಆವಾಗ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಎ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಓರಿಯಂಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್. Such situation will arises in the molecules. Okay, so later I will discuss in detail about conformational isomers. In ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡೆಡ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಸೇಮ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಬೋರ್ಡ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೋಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವೇ ಫಿಗರ್ಸ್ ಇರುವಲ್ತಕ್ಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಓವರ್ ಆನ್ ದ ವಾಲ್ ಬೈ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ 2 nails. ಅಂದರೆ 2 ಮೊಳೆ ಹೊಡೆದು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ 2 ತೂತಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಸಿಗಾಕಿದೆ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ರಪ್ಚರ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಬೋರ್ಡು ರಪ್ಚರ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಆ ರಪ್ಚರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫೋರ್ಸಿಬಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ತರ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ ಫೋರ್ಸಿಬಲ್ ಆಗಿ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ತಂದಾಗ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಚೇಂಜ್, ಬಾಂಡ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಾಂಡ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆದಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಆ ರಪ್ಚರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಬಾಂಡ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯೋಣ. ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆದಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಅವನ್ನ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಮಗೆ ಕನ್ವೀನಿಯಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ಸ್, their molecules will undergo on their own arrangement by making of a new set of the bond soon after breaking through the restricted rotation. A different orientations, once structure ಒಳಗೆ ಸಿಸ್ ಇದ್ರ ಬ್ರೇಕಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ರಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ಆವಾಗ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಅಂಥ ಐಸೋಮರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಜಾಮೆಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಐಸೋಮರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಫ್ರೀ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಇರಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ರಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಆದರೂ ಇರುವಲ್ತಕ್ಕೆ, ಎರಡೂ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ದಿ compounds will undergo different site of arrangement. In another type we can call it as optical rotation. Here also you will find single bond character of the carbon-carbon bond, but in fact some of the molecules they can have the ability to rotate the plane of the polarized light. Later I will discuss what is plane polarized light and all. The compounds which are having ability to rotate the plane of the polarized light, they are going to exhibit a phenomenon called optical activity, and those compounds which are optically active, they are going to exhibit optical isomerism. Again, optical isomers are of the 2 types, enantiomers and diastereoisomers. So therefore stereoisomers are usually called as configurational or conformational isomers. The configurational isomers are these two. Geometrical isomers are also configurational isomers, and conformational isomers are arise due to free rotation around carbon-carbon single bond. You should remember the stereoisomers are of the 2 types, configurational and conformational. And in the configurational we can classify them as again geometrical isomers and optical isomers. Optical isomers may be enantiomers or diastereoisomers. I hope all at the PUC1, PUC2 level you have learned basic aspects of this stereoisomers. This time you will learn in detail about all these important terminology because you have come across with cis and trans isomers and configurations, and even You have come across with enantiomers, diastereoisomers. Even I hope you have learned about conformations of ethane and butane. Okay, we shall begin with the conformational isomers. It is one of the type of the stereoisomerism. Here you will find the different spatial arrangement of atoms or groups. That is, they are readily interconvertible by the free rotation around carbon-carbon single bond. ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ರೀ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರಲ್ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ರೆಡಿಲಿ ಇಂಟರ್ಕನ್ವರ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಬೈ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮೇಷನ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ರೋಟಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಲೂ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. and they are also called as conformational isomers. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟರ್ಮಿನಾಲಜಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Conformations represent the which are readily interconvertible and thus non-separable. Readily interconvertible and non-separable. Okay, they are readily interconvertible but non-separable. Non-separable ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲಾರ್ದಂಗೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥವಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನ್-ಸಪರೇಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. The term conformational isomers are also called as rotamers. Okay, conformers represent which are readily interconvertible and non-separable. ನೀವು ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಫ್ರೀ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲಿಯಾದ್ರೂ ಕಿತ್ತು ಹಾಕ್ಲಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅಂಟಿಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅನ್ಲೆಸ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ವಿ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ದಮ್. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೋದು. ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಬೋರ್ಡಿಗೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಬರೆದು ಒಂದು ಗೋಡೆಗೆ ಮಳೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಲ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಅದನ್ನು ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ರಿ, ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅದನ್ನ ಎರಡೂ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ರಪ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಬೋರ್ಡ್. ಹೌದಾ? ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇದೆ, ಸೇಮ್ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್. ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮೇಷನ್ಸ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ conformers which are readily interconvertible and thus non-separable. Sometimes different conformations corresponding to energy minima are called conformers. ನಾನು ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಎನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಬೋರ್ಡಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಲೇ ಕರಿತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. But in fact, they are all called different orientations, different arrangements. ಆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕ ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ರೊಟೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಬೋರ್ಡ್. ಯಾವಾಗ ಅದು ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಆ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ದೇ ಆರ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮೇಷನಲ್ ಐಸೋಮರ್ಸ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Okay, they are called conformational isomers. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ when molecule gets more energy, it is go on rotating on its own axis around the single bond character. As soon as it attains minimum energy, a one stable structure will be going to obtained. That we can see later. The term conformation and configurations are related to energy barrier for interconversions of different special arrangements, whether it may be configuration or conformational, but both are related by the energy barrier and the potential energy factor it is. So minimum energy more stable, higher energy less stable it is. On the basis of that situation, the one which gives more conformation, one which gives more a particular arrangement, that is by different special arrangements of atoms in the molecule. The energy barrier for the interconversion of the molecules, it may going to range from, it may be either greater than 2.5 or less than 66.99 kilojoules per mole. So what is this value, range of this energy? If the energy barrier is less than greater than 2.5 and less than 66.99, they are going to exist as conformational isomers. You should remember this energy factor is very, very important. ನಿಮ್ಮ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕರೂ ಕೂಡ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸಿಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಥ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸನ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಇಫ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ barrier for conversion of different special arrangements between it is greater than 2.5 and less than 66.5 ಈ ರೇಂಜಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮೇಷನಲ್ ಐಸೋಮರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್? ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 66.99 kilojoules per mole, they are supposed to be called configurations. If the energy barrier is 2.5 kilojoules per mole or less at room temperature, the rotation would be free because this amount of energy can be readily provided by thermal energy of the molecule. ಇದು ಅಥವಾ ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಕಡಿಮೆ at room temperature ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ they can undergo a set of free rotation. This will lead to different conformations. However, conformations in molecules and relating to physical and chemical properties of molecule to its preferred conformation is known as the conformational isomers. Energy apply ಮಾಡಿ ಯಾವುದು rotation ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು particular stable structure ಬರ್ತದೆ, that stable structure could give information about its physical and chemical properties. Then only we can call it as its conformational analysis. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು particular structure irutte that could explain by all its properties. So therefore, in a precise by view of all these important observations, we can define conformations are different special arrangements of a molecule that are generated by rotation about single bonds. Conformational analysis is the study of how conformational factors affect the structure of molecule and its physical and chemical properties. Okay, so this is an actual definition towards what exactly the conformers are conformational isomers. Okay, you should remember this definition is very, very important. Okay, okay. So let us see one such important simplest molecule, that is in case of ethane. Conformations of ethane. Normal agi ethane baribekadra 2-dimensional structure ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಬರಿತೀವಿ. Then we are writing as HH, 3 hydrogens here, 3 hydrogens are here. Okay, how it going to exist a stable form and how it could exhibit all its properties. So this is the simplest molecule. It is consisting of 2 carbon atoms. Carbon single bond is there, and it is preferably exist in 2 important conformations. One is a staggered conformation. This conformation is called staggered conformation. Here you just look into this structure, all hydrogens are far away from each other. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Later you will study this all these things. This is a Newman projection, Sahar's projection it is, and wedge dash formula. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ wedge bond ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ನನಗೆ ಅನ್ಸಿಬಿಟ್ಟು PUC first year ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ರಿ. This is a wedge bond and this type of the bond is called dash bond it is. Okay, in a 3 different way we can represent the molecule. In the staggered conformation, each CH bond, these are the CH bonds of one carbon bisects one the CH bond, it will bisect HCH, CH. Okay, one CH bond, it will bisect HCH bond. So that will gives out some kind of rotation. Let us see. This is the planar projection. Normally now chemical formula prepare. This is a Sahar's projection. Perspective formula. This is called perspective formula. Sahar's projection. This is a Newman projection. This dot here it is called as front carbon. A circle which is represented is called rear carbon atom. When a viewer can observe the front carbon atom very easily, but rear carbon cannot be visible to him. So when all hydrogens are far away from each other, this is supposed to be called a Newman projection. and staggered conformation it is. In the eclipsed conformation, you will find all hydrogens are very close together. It means every carbon hydrogen bond becomes very close together. That means in aligned manner. ಒಂದರಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಲಿಪ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಗ್ರಹಣ ಹಿಡಿದಾಗ ಒಂದು ಗ್ರಹದಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಗ್ರಹ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅದು ಎಕ್ಲಿಪ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ and here you will find like this. This is eclipsed form. This is an orientation. Okay, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಓರಿಯಂಟೇಷನ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ದಿಸ್. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಬಂದು ಸೇರ್ತಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಲಿಪ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್, ಇದು ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಇತ್ತಂತಂದರೆ ಆವಾಗ ಅದು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಗರ್ಡ್ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಬೀನ್ ಇನ್ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅವೇ ಫ್ರಮ್ each other. So this is a Newman projection where all hydrogen atoms are very close together, and viewer can observe on the front carbon atom of this one. So this is supposed to be called eclipsed conformation. In routine practice, to represent conformations, instead of using Sahar's and wedge and dash formulae, the most commonly used type of formula is a Newman projection it is. You should remember. Okay, already I have told you. So these are the three ways we can represent the structures of the conformations. The planar is not there. SARs are perspective, either dash wedge formulae or Newman projection formula. Okay. Staggered conformation alli hydrogens dura dura irtade. This is staggered conformation. When you go to eclipsed conformation, you will find all hydrogen atoms are very close together. What I am discussing is, it is conformation of ethane. Just you can take your book. ಇದು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿರ್ತಾರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ, ಇಂಥ ಚಾಪ್ಟ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಈಚ್ ಪೇಜ್ ತೆಗೆದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಬುಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಲಿಪ್ಸ್ಡ್. ಎಲ್ಲ ಪೇಜು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಲಿಪ್ಸ್ಡ್. ಫ್ರಂಟ್ ನನಗೆ ಹೀಗೆ ಹಿಡಿದಾಗ ಫ್ರಂಟದ್ದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಯು ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ದಿ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಪೇಜ್. ಒಳಗಿನ ಪೇಜ್ ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತದಿಲ್ಲ. ವೆನ್ ವಿ bisect one of the bond and you can open this, we can easily read the all aspect. From this to this, an interface angle which is supposed to be called as a dihedral angle. You should remember this. This is a very important terminology which is used in conformations. Dihedral angle is an angle between two intersecting planes. This is single plane it is. When both are being opened, pages are opened at particular this system, then it is called intersecting plane. Angle between two intersecting planes, angle between this and this intersecting plane, it is called dihedral angle. So here you can see, when dihedral angle is 0, just like closed book, it is called eclipsed conformation. When dihedral angle is 60 degree, then groups will move away from each other, then it will create a stable conformation called as a staggered conformation. 60 degree dihedral angle idaga staggered conformation irtade, 0 degree idaga eclipsed conformation irtade. This is only with respect to conformation of ethane, conformations of ethane. Okay, ನಿಮಗೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಅದೇ ಟೈಪ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ ಬುಕ್ ಇದ್ದಂಗ, ಇದು ಓಪನ್ ಬುಕ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಯುವರ್ ಓಪನ್ ಬುಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ದಿ ಬೈಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಸೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್, ಇದೊಂದು ಪೇಜ್, ಇದೊಂದು ಪೇಜ್. ಓಕೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎ ಡೈಹೆಡ್ರಲ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್. In easy way, you can look into the both the structures. Staggered conformation it is. When it get rotated to an angle of 60 degree, all hydrogen atoms will come very close together and it gives out eclipsed conformation. Here you will find every hydrogen atom is far away from each other, but they are at the close approach. Staggered conformations have only gauge or anti relationship. Gauge or anti relationship. ನೀವು ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ x and y ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ, suppose if you take this is an x and it is y, it is an eclipsed, it is called actually staggered far away from each other, x and y ಈ ಎರಡು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ after 60-degree rotation whatever it exists it is called gauge conformation. Suppose when x and y are above and below, ಈ ರೀತಿ above and below ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಂಟಿ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ staggered conformations. Further they are represented in two ways, gauge or anti. Among these, which one is more stable? If all groups are away from each other, that becomes usually stable. Other than hydrogens, if any other group is present in the structure, then if say for example x and x, they are somewhat nearer to each other, here it is stable than this eclipsed form. But however x and y are opposite direction, then again this is more stable than this, because the groups are far away from each other, they cannot exhibit any steric repulsion. Just KSRTC ಒಂದು ಎರಡು ಸೀಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬರು ತೆಳ್ಳನವರು ದಪ್ಪನವ್ರು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಗೌಚ್ ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯೋಣ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಗಳಾಟ ಶುರುವಾಗ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ, ಇಬ್ರು ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಇದ್ರಂತ ಜಗಳ ಶುರುವಲ್ಲಿ, ಇಬ್ಬರು ದಪ್ಪನವ್ರು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಜಗಳ ಶುರುವಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಕ್ಲಿಪ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಅನ್ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್. ಎರಡು ಬಲ್ಕಿಯರ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೈ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಇದ್ವು ಅಂದರೆ ಇಬ್ಬರು ದಪ್ಪಿದ್ದವ್ರು ಒಂದ ಕಡೆ ಸೀಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಜಗಳ ಶುರುವಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಲ್ಪ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಒಬ್ರು ತೆಳ್ಳನವ್ರು ದಪ್ಪನವ್ರು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ದಪ್ಪಿದ್ರು ವೈ ಕೆಳಗಿದ್ರ ಒಂದ ಸೀಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರ ಅವಾಗ ವೈ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಗೌಚ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯೋಣ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಂದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಖಾಲಿ ಆದ ಬಸ್ ದೂರ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ರ ಅಂದರೆ ಅವಾಗ ತಮ್ಮ ತಾವೇ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೈ ದೂರ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಂಟಿ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ if we apply energy, if they undergo free rotation, they can go on change, they can interconvertible. At the minimum energy they can exist in stable form. Okay, so rapidly the interconversion is so rapid it is, because ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಸ್ಟೇಟಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ರೊಟೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. Okay, so this is the actual how the molecules are being existed. Whatever I have explained, it is only with respect to your simple molecule that is called ethane. Then one more term normally used in conformational analysis, torsional strain. Torsional strain is due to eclipsing of hydrogens or eclipsing of the groups. Even it is also called as a steric strain or repulsive strain antanu kariತಾರೆ. Torsional strain is the name which is given to the repulsion felt by bonding electrons of the substituents as they pass close the bonding electrons of the another substituent. Just you can see in the previous slide, these two hydrogen atoms are very close together. So therefore bonding electrons, you have learned about VSEPR theory. There are 3 to 4 types of bond to bond repulsion: bond pair, electron pair, lone pair, lone pair, lone pair. Okay, in the same way, when two kinds of the groups which are present at the same are very close together, repulsive forces are applied and then they undergo the instability because they are possessing very high energy. So this kind of a strain which is arises due to repulsion of the groups which are being present at the same side is called torsional strain. That means the strain due to eclipsing of bonds on neighboring atoms. This is very important. Strain due to eclipsing of bonds on neighboring atoms. The electrons in carbon hydrogen bond will repel the electrons in another carbon hydrogen bond if the bonds get too close to each other. This is supposed to be called a torsional and bond opposition strain. It is torsional or bond opposition strain. So Normally, when we compared with this staggered or anti-air gauge, in this case, you will find a larger torsional strain. ಯಾವುದರಲ್ಲಿ strain ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, that becomes usually unstable. But in case of the staggered conformation, there is no strain in the molecule. Okay. So therefore, ಯಾವುದರಲ್ಲಿ torsional strain ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅದು unstable, ಯಾವುದರಲ್ಲಿ torsional strain ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ more stable ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Eclipsed form usually possessing higher torsional strain. So even on account of the relative stabilities of the conformations of ethane, staggered conformation is more stable than eclipsed conformation. Even if you go through the energy barrier curve of this, you will find that eclipsed conformation is almost possessing very high energy of the 12 kilojoules per mole it is, when all hydrogen atoms are being present at this state. And this is hardly possessing lowering energy of the 0.59 something like this. Just you go through here. In staggered conformation, the distance, the conformations of ethane, the staggered is 12 kilojoules per mole, which is more stable than eclipsed form it is, because the groups are far away from each other, and even torsional strain is very less it is. When you count for the bond distance, hydrogen nuclei is 2.55 angstrom unit, but they are only 2.29 angstrom apart in case of eclipsed conformation. ಎಷ್ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ದೂರ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, in case of staggered conformation, every hydrogen or carbon hydrogen bond is differing by distance of 2.55, but whereas in the eclipsed conformation it is very close, it is 2.29. Rotational energy barrier in ethane is 2.9 kilocalories per mole. ಇದನ್ನು ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ನೀವು kilojoules ಅಲ್ಲಿ, just you can multiply it by 4.2 kilojoules per mole. Okay. So, or it is 12 kilojoules per mole it is. This rotational barrier can be described in terms of the change in potential energy of the molecule. The energy barrier between staggered and eclipsed conformation in ethane molecule is about 2.9 kilocalories per mole. What kind of energy barrier or energy which is applied? Here one state at the room temperature, you can see that approximately it requires about 0.6 kilocalories per mole. It means around 2.9 it is. So 2.4 something will be there, kilojoules per mole. If it is less than 16 to 20 kilocalories per mole, then energy barrier for complete restricted rotation, this energy which is required for this complete restricted rotation or frozen rotation, hindered rotation ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. This much amount of energy is required for hindered rotation. But in fact, in case of the ethane molecule, carbon-carbon single bond, as it undergoes free rotation, it is restricted by 2.9 kilocalories per mole. So that means neither it is completely free nor it undergo complete restricted rotation. So however, free rotation leads to conformational analysis. Based on this, we can also study how the conformers are being exist on the basis of potential energy curve, energy barrier ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So they are differing by a 12 kilojoules per mole of energy. They are all at higher energy state, eclipsed conformers. This difference is about the 12 kilojoules per mole. That means staggered conformation is more stable rather than eclipsed conformation. Okay. In the staggered conformation, you cannot find any steric repulsion between hydrogens, but whereas in eclipsed conformation, you will find a steric repulsion between the hydrogens. The one more important molecule, CH3 is called ethane. ಆ ಮೂರು ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ತೆಗೆದು CH3, ಆ ಕಡೆ CH3, ಈ ಕಡೆ CH3 ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಬ್ಯೂಟೇನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So when we discussing about conformations of butane, it's just like unlike an ethane, in which the staggered conformations are equivalent. Two different staggered conformations will occur in the case of the butane. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು methyl group ಬರ್ತದೆ, methyl substituted ethane ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬಹುದು ನಾವು. You will find different orientations. The bond is remains same. This is the bond which will undergo free rotation. It means it is CH3, it is H, and here you will find R, that is CH3 group, and here you will find H. Okay. If it go on undergo rotation, R and R group will change their position. Let us see what kind of situation. C2C3 bond rotation will occur. This is C2C3 bond. C2C3 bond. This type of the bond is called C2C3 bond. It is. The butane could exhibit different conformations. The two hydrogens are somewhat nearer to each other. Synclinal or gauge conformation. Hydrogens are far away from each other, but CH3 is somewhat close. When it undergoes a 60-degree rotation, anticlinal rotation will be occur. The 60-degree rotation. Soon after 60-degree rotation, it is moving from certain distance, and they are far away from each other. Anticlinal conformalities. And here you will find another 60-degree rotation. They are exactly opposite, anticonformalities. Further 60-degree rotation, same. ikkada right side gidre ikkada left side bandide ashte. And then after 60-degree you will find again gauge conformation, and soon after this you will find syn periplanar or eclipsed. This is anti-periplanar, this is syn periplanar. Andre these two groups, CH3 groups, they are very close together. It is an eclipsed conformation, and of course this is a staggered, this is also staggered, it is also staggered, it is, but this is more stable conformation because all groups are far away from each other. Even if you see the energy barrier curve, you will see that eclipsed is around 4.5 kilocalories per mole, very high energy. It is differing in the after 60-degree rotation. You will find here further 60-degree rotation, 0.9 kilocalories per mole, 3.6, and all are having somewhat energy. But however, when all groups are in opposite direction, it comes at lower energy level. This becomes more stable form. So anti-periplanar staggered type of structure, which is more stable conformer for ethane. Okay. So therefore, the gauge conformation and anti-conformation both are staggered. So they are free in torsional strain, but two of the methyl hydrogens of the gauge conformation lie within 2.1 angstrom unit of distance. Very small distance is there. Here you can see this is the gauge, and it is also gauge conformation. This to this particular distance is around 2.4 angstrom unit it is. And the destabilization of molecule that results when two of its atoms are very close to each other, and they will experience van der Waals strain or steric hindrance, that will contribute a total steric strain. Larger the steric strain, lesser is the stable for molecule. So butane has a 3 staggered conformations. Butane has a 3 staggered conformations, 1, 3, and 5. In previous slide you have seen this. Okay, 1, 3, and 5. Okay, these 3 structures. So therefore 1, 3, and 5. In all these, the first one, fifth one, third one is more stable. Anti-conformer, the largest substituents are in opposite direction. And in the gauge conformer, they are somewhat nearer to each other. Because of that, two gauge conformers have the same energy of 0.9 kilocalories, but they are less stable than anti-conformer. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್ ಸಮೀಪ ಇರ್ತವೆ, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಲೆಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ವಾಡಿಕೆಳ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಬಂಧು ಬಳಗದವ್ರು ಎಷ್ಟು ದೂರ ಇರ್ತಾರ ಅಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೀತಿ ವಾತ್ಸಲ್ಯ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಯಾರು ಸಮೀಪ ಇರ್ತಾರ ದಿನ ಬೆಳಗಿದ್ರೆ ಜಗಳ ಮತ್ತು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಚಾಡ ಹೇಳೋದು. ಅದ್ರಂಗೆ ಇವು ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಎರಡು ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್ ಒಂದೇ ಕಡೆ ಇದ್ದು ಅಂದರೆ ಜಗಳ ಶುರು ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಅನ್ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅಂತದ್ದು. ಯಾವಾಗ ದೂರ ಇರ್ತಾವವು ದೇ ಆರ್ ಮೋರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್. ಹೌದಿಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದೇ ಮನೆಗಿದ್ದಂಗೆ. ಇದು ಕೂಡ ಹಾಗೆ, ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಹೌಸ್, ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್. They are far away from each other, they are becoming more stable, but here they somewhat nearer, then they are largely experiences the steric repulsion. Anti and gauge conformers do not have the same energy because of the steric strain. This factor is very important. Steric strain. Two bulkier groups largely experiences the repulsion, that is nothing but the steric strain due to bulkier groups. Steric hindrance is the strain put on the molecule when its atoms or groups are large in size, and due to this they are too close to each other, which cause repulsion between the electrons of atoms or the groups. What is steric strain means? This is the definition. Steric strain or steric hindrance is the strain put on molecule when its atoms or groups are large in size, and due to this they are too close to each other, which causes repulsion between the electrons of atoms or groups. Okay, so ಯಾವಾಗ ಬಲ್ಕಿಯರ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್ ಭಾಳ ಸಮೀಪ ಇರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೀರಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಸ್ಟೀರಿಕ್ ರಿಪಲ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತಲೂ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. There is more steric strain in the gauge conformer than in the anti, because two methyl groups are on adjacent side in the gauge conformer. They are adjacent to each other here and here, but in the anti conformer you will find they are far away from each other. So that's why steric strain in gauge conformer is called gauge interaction. ಸ್ಟೀರಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇನ್ ಎರಡೂ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಗೆ ಸಮೀಪ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತದೆ ಇನ್ ಗೌಚ್ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮರಲ್ಲಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಗೌಚ್ ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನಾಲಜಿ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಇವನ್ ಅಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಅಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, the eclipsed conformer in which two methyl groups are very close to each other, 6, 2 and 4. In the previous slide what I have shown all together, I have extracted from the same, the 6, 2 and 4. They are, here you can see it is very close. Methyl groups are close together, hydrogens. Here hydrogens are close, CH3H, CH and CH3. That means all conformers they are largely experience torsional strain. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಮಿಥೈಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಟಾರ್ಷನಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. CH3H ಸ್ಮಾಲರ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇದ್ರ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲುಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿಯಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಟಾರ್ಷನಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈನ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಟಾರ್ಷನಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಎಕ್ಲಿಪ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಸಿಟೀಸ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಎಕ್ಲಿಪ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಅನ್ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ than the staggered conformation. So energy barrier curve you can see here, the first, third and the fifth one. Third one, when you see this, it is almost zero potential energy. The fifth and first are more or less having same 0.9 kilocalories per mole. So how much it is stable means a staggered conformation, it is stable of 3.8 kilojoules per mole it is. So this much amount of energy we will observe in case of the conformers of the butane. In general, steric strain in the molecule is directly proportional to the size of eclipsing group. Eclipsed conformer 6 is called fully eclipsed conformer. It is 6 is usually called as fully eclipsed conformer. This is sixth one, fully eclipsed conformer. This energy diagram, it will representing for about C to C3 rotation about the bond it is. When you go through in overall discussion, larger the steric strain, lesser is the stable. Based on this, butane has 6 important conformers, 3 eclipsed and 3 staggered conformations. And among those, anti is more stable than gauche, than eclipsed and fully eclipsed. Okay, the molecules with carbon-carbon single bonds have many interconvertible conformers. They cannot be separated because they readily undergo rapidly interconvertible. Okay, so whatever so far you have discussed is, it is with respect to conformation analysis of ethane and butane. Okay, the most important aspect in this particular bit of topic is, you should remember the definition of what are conformational isomers, writing of structure of staggered and eclipsed conformations of ethane or butane. In butane, you can write anti-conformation and fully eclipsed form. Then for descriptive question, 5-mark question, they will ask about explain the conformational analysis of ethane or conformational analysis of the butane. While writing, you must write the important factors along with potential energy diagram and structural representation. So later I will upload the notes also. Okay, so herewith I conclude this part. It is mainly with conformational analysis of ethane and butane. One more is there, that is conformation analysis of cyclohexane. Before going to discuss that, I will discuss what are cycloalkanes, how the stability will be accounted for them. Later I will discuss on the conformation analysis of cyclohexane. Okay, thank you.